Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
This is Mike and Chris Reloaded. For the last time this year.
Yeah. Well, on our podcast anyway.
Yeah,
We'll pop up every now and again on Facebook. Facebook. And we got did we announce our winner?
We did.
For the hat?
We did. We did a Facebook Live video.
Oh, okay.
Joseph Carl, who's actually Dane's brother, which kind of seems chintzy, but it just happened. He also won our T-shirt the first time around too.
Maybe we ought to start limiting it. You can just have all of our swag.
Yeah,
start limiting within you can't win within 30 days or something.
But he promised once he gets the hat that he's going to take pictures and send us pictures in all of our swag.
Oh, that's cool.
So we can post on Facebook.
No, I don't mind. If he's that dedicated to do all our contests and stuff like that, more power to him.
Yeah, he does our contests. He's pretty much the only one that chats in our...
He's pretty vocal. I've talked to him before on there too. So
yeah.
But let's just get into this stuff. What do you want to open? You want to open with the big one?
Which one's that? Jurassic World?
Jurassic World?
Yeah, the teaser, the little 20-second, 30-second thing
But
we got.
Thursday, we will be seeing the full trailer. That'll
be awesome. Because the teaser was just them running away from...
Yeah, Chris Pratt running out of the field telling everyone to run away.
Yeah. And then they...
With Bryce Dallas Howard, and I don't know who the kid was.
I don't know who the kid was either.
So, But yeah, we'll see. Well, I know in the first one, Bryce Dallas Howard had 2 kids. So I don't know if that's one of her... She had 2 sons, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's...
No, she had a son and a daughter.
You sure? I thought it was 2 sons. She had an older son and a younger son.
I thought she had an older daughter and a younger son. Megan! Hey, in Jurassic World, was it 2 boys or a girl and a boy? Oh, never mind. We'll just move on.
We'll move on. If you know what it is, just message us and let us know. I'm going with 2 boys. I'm thinking it was 2 boys.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember they were in the little ball.
Yeah.
And both of the boys were in the ball. The little driving ball thing.
You might be right. I might be wrong. I'm wrong a lot. So.
I know, Mike, but I don't point it out.
Oh, well, everybody else points it out. But yeah, pretty cool, man. I can't wait for the real...
Ought to be pretty exciting. Trailer. And
Star Wars is almost here.
Speaking of another big trailer, another one just debuted.
Yes,
Infinity War. Yeah, that was huge, man. Huge.
You get to see your first glimpse of Thanos.
Yes, and then he's got the gauntlet with a couple of the gems on there.
Yep.
And, it looks massive. It looks like they're fighting the army of the Chitauri or something. So
God, that's Spanish to me because I don't read comic book.
No, that was in the movies, the Chitauri. Okay. That's what they fought. That's what the name of the alien creatures, the Chitauri. See? So if you ever watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything else, that was them trying to recover all the alien tech and all that junk.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
But yeah, it's that looks massive, and I guess since the trailer debuted, they've been breaking it down left and right about different things, like where's everyone at, and this and that, and so it's. In fact, they found Ant-Man. He was on a branch of one of the trees.
Yeah, I saw that meme. It's like little teeny flea on a branch.
Yeah.
But doesn't it end with the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, with Thor, with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And they're like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
So.
Did you notice also the other thing? Cap's what he had on his hands looked like he had almost like a shield that come apart. They were breaking that down too. It looked like the old time triangular shield that he had.
Uh-huh.
The original Captain America, before he got his shield, had that weird looking triangle, like old kind of like an old Templar shield. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like the triangular looking one.
Yep.
So that's what he had before he got his shield, and this one looks like it's some weird looking version of that, where it actually comes apart and it gives him almost like a gauntlet and a weapon.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I noticed they didn't pay the money to get rid of the beard.
Nope, they did not.
They said they were going to reshoot and digitally remove his or CGI remove his beard from it because what movie was he filming?
That I'm not sure. I know in the Justice League they had to digitally remove his mustache.
Yeah.
because he was under contract because he was doing that movie.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's the Chris Evans is he's doing the whole nomad look. If you notice, his suit's a lot darker.
Okay.
And he's got the leather straps on it, and he's got the little beard. That's when Captain America lost his Captain America-ism or whatever. He wasn't Captain America no more.
Right.
Steve Rogers. He became what was called the Nomad. So.
Yeah, it looks cool. That many superheroes in one screenshot going on to fight Thanos.
It's looking good. I think they said estimated something like 66, 69 superheroes in the movie.
No, that's crazy.
That's a lot. So, I'm looking forward to that too. And I saw a thing also that if you watch, they gave a chronological order of all the movies.
Right, I saw
not the chronological order when they came out.
No.
This is the order of the movies you should watch them in to lead up to.
Right, the Infinity War.
Yeah, but they said also, I saw a thing, if you start watching one movie a week starting at the beginning of the year, you'll watch your last movie the week before Infinity War comes out. Of the Marvel movies.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I'd actually like to find that which order it is and do it, and like just sit down and do that. Just watch one movie a week.
Baked goods.
I know another big release they had here this last week also, Xenoblade Chronicles. If you want to get into games there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 actually for the Switch, but it got some pretty good reviews.
Now that's the RPG one, right?
It is. Yeah, it is an RPG, which the first one was really good. I actually played a little bit of it.
I played a little too. That was on the Wii, right? When it came out?
I thought it was the PlayStation.
Was it PlayStation? Okay.
I think it was the PlayStation.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 or something. It's been a while since.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But I thought they made one for the Wii or the DS.
I think it was the DS is what you're thinking of. I think they made one for that. So, another big announcement: Mega Man 11.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is very huge.
That has been a good Mega Man game in a while.
No, well, Mega Man X wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't. I was going to say it wasn't good.
Yeah, but it's set to come out for every console too, even the Switch. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, the Switch it's doing better than I thought.
It's doing huge.
Yeah, it was better than I expected.
I mean, it's basically a gaming console that you can take with you everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's doing extremely huge.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I figured after the Wii U fiasco that people would be turned off a little bit about Nintendo products, but nope. Nintendo, they just love their Nintendo.
They do.
I think it's Japan mostly.
Well, and it's been a while since you've had a good Zelda game come out. The last one that came out was for the Wii.
Right.
The Twilight Princess.
Yeah, but this Zelda game was on the Wii too.
And then that was on the Wii U.
Wii U, yeah.
But, I mean, and then you had the last Mario you had was Mario Galaxy. So, yeah. And that was for the Wii. I don't think you played for the Wii U.
No, you can't.
So, I mean, it's been a while since they've had some good games. I think when they had the Wii U come out, they were trying to go in a different direction. They got away from what they were trying to do. That's why the Wii U bombed so much, I think.
Yeah, and then they went, oops, we effed up. Let's redesign.
Yeah. So, and I think they're hitting it out of the park on this one.
Speaking of that, I was bringing this up. I spoke to Joseph Carl. He's in disappointment over this next topic.
Uh-oh.
Stranger Things Season 3 confirmed.
I saw that where he was a little upset. And I kind of have to agree with him a little bit.
Yeah.
The way they ended it was like, that's it. They ended it. And it, of course, they had the little, and there are spoilers, warning. So if you are listening, if you have not seen Stranger Things Season 2 yet, or 1, you are warned. But the way they ended it, they had the big dance or whatever, but then they did the whole flip over.
Yeah, they
to where they're in the upside down world.
Down world again.
It's just like, well, I get it. The creature's still there or whatever.
Yeah.
But they sealed the rift.
Right.
But it's just like, okay, that's you ended it. You sealed the rift. I guess it's not over. It's like the whole Sauron thing. It's not over till you kill him, till you throw the ring in the fire. So
yeah, that's what they got. I think they should piggyback on these kids as long as they're kids. Pump out as many seasons as you can, because pretty soon this show's gonna lose its cute and cuddly form within a year or two. These kids are gonna start going through puberty and stuff, and
well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to squeeze 5 or 6 seasons out of it. If they can do a good show, a really decent good show, will get 5 seasons and end it. If on average, if it's a good show, you can get 5 seasons out of it and have a decent ending. So,
or you can keep going on and on and on, like Supernatural, season 13.
Oh, yeah, or on and on and on and on.
Come on, Supernatural's a kick-ass show.
I've seen a few episodes. I mean, what I've seen seems pretty decent.
I'll get you to be a fan someday.
Someday.
So, speaking of Supernatural, you have one about Bobby Singer.
Bryan Singer. Yeah, we talked about it in one of our podcasts a while back about some movies coming out, and I had mentioned a movie coming out called Bohemian Rhapsody, which is a biopic about Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about like him being gay or dying of HIV. It's about Queen, about their rise and everything else. So I don't want people to just say it's some just like documentary about him doing this. It's not. It's called a biopic, which is totally different than a biography. But Bryan Singer was directing the movie, and apparently he has been fired from the set. So.
Gotcha. Now, see, I lied to you. Bobby Singer is the producer for Supernatural.
No.
Bryan Singer is not. So
Bryan Singer, everybody knows who Bryan Singer is. He directed the X-Men movies and all that stuff, and didn't he do one of the Superman movies also? I think not the Man of Steel, but the one before that, the one with Brandon Routh,
maybe
the one that bombed.
Yeah, well, they both bombed, didn't they?
But
in their own right.
Apparently, according to reports, he has been like just no showing, just doesn't show up for shooting. He has been in conflict with the lead actor, which is Rami Malek, who is from that show, the Mr. Robot.
He's also from a game.
Yep.
What is the name of that game? The Choose Your Own Adventure style game for the PlayStation 4 or 3. Came out for the 3. Megan, what was that game that you guys played? The Choose Your Own Adventure type game, not Life is Strange, but the other one. Until Dawn? Yes, he's the main bad guy in Until Dawn.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
See, I've never played. That's a PlayStation 4 actually. It's
PlayStation 4. Yeah.
I've never played it. I've got it, own it, never played it.
It's a really good game.
I heard it's really good. It's supposed to have like 9 different endings.
Yeah, you got to see if you can have people survive and stuff.
But anyway, they. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. But yeah, he apparently he's been arguing with Rami Malek because he's wanting to shoot the movie and he's not showing up. So no one knows where he goes. He just disappears for times at a time, and the set production manager had been doing the shooting while he was off. So
I wonder if they're going to replace him or let the executive producer.
No, they're trying to get someone. They want to get this film shot. They're more than halfway through it right now. So they want to get this movie done.
Yeah, but if they bring in a completely new director, they might want to reshoot scenes and stuff. So I think they would use the interim director.
Well, I know the movie is not supposed to come out, I think, until next Christmas.
Oh, really?
So it's not slated to come out until next Christmas. I think in our podcast before, I think we quoted it was like December 2018. So they got a little time. I just hope they find someone that'll be able to give it what it needs.
Yeah. Because I'm a big Queen's fan. So.
Oh, I love Queen. I know Wendell. He's a huge Queen.
Wendell's a fanatic. He's not a fan. He's a fanatic.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably can sing every single one of Queen songs. You know what else he's a fanatic of? Weird Al Yankovic. He can sing every single Weird Al Yankovic song.
I can sing a lot of Queen songs also, and I mean, I know a lot of them by heart too, but it's just, growing up and stuff, listening to them.
Right.
Also in movies, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Which is, she's married to Ryan Reynolds, actually. Mrs. Ryan Reynolds. She was on the set of her new movie, The Rhythm Section, and apparently they stopped production on that too when she was hurt. There's no extent of how bad she was hurt, but they were filming in, I believe, in London.
Right.
And they said that she was injured enough for them to stop production on the movie. So,
well, God prayers for her.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's.
Speaking of injury, did you catch a football game last night?
Oh man, where people were getting jacked up left and right.
Yeah, a guy they might have broke his neck.
Ryan Shazier. Ryan Shazier.
Yeah. Well, they're saying it's like a spinal contusion. They didn't say that he broke his neck yet.
Well, that's all the tackle, man. He just jammed his neck up in there too.
Yeah, and then he immediately grabbed his lower back and flipped his legs up.
I just hope. I will pray for him. I hope everything works good. I don't ever like to see people getting injured.
No, that was terrible. Man.
However, and this might be wrong of me, I did not mind seeing Juju Smith-Schuster lay out Montez Perfect. I did not like to see him getting carted off on the cart, but he got laid out.
Oh, I know, and then he just stood above him and taunted him.
Yeah, I think they got drawn a penalty because of that. But
he got a penalty for the hit and the penalty for the taunting.
Yeah,
because the hit that's an illegal crackback block.
Well, no, he hit him straight on, but I guess there's a certain rule in the NFL if people are giving chase, you're not allowed to block them. Apparently,
no, you can't blindside him.
He didn't blindside him. He was straight up standing in front of him.
He was looking a different direction, and then he got. It's called a crack. Basically, what it is, it's called a crackback block, and it's not to the back of the person; it's to the front of the person. It's when they're going to the left, and you come out of their train of sight into his sight and hit him straight on. Is what happens. But then he taunted him. The announcers were like,
"That's kind of and I understand you got to be able to brace for impact and stuff like that, but that's a slippery slope on that one, because if you block someone straight on just because their head is turned, that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea of the game, is to block.
No, he wasn't straight on.
Yeah, I saw the video. He was straight on.
I watched the game. He came in at the end and then was straight on with him and hit him straight on. He wasn't in the full range of sight. He ran in and hit him
Montez Perfect was looking the other way.
Yeah,
but he was squared up with him.
Not at the beginning of it. When Montez Perfect was looking at the runner, Schuster wasn't in the scene yet. He came in right at the last second and then hit him straight on. That's what made it an illegal crackback block.
Well, what is he supposed to do? Run around the other side of him to block him?
No, even the announcers said it was an illegal hit, and that they don't know.
You see what I'm saying, though? It's like, okay, he wasn't in his line of sight, so he come into his line of sight and hit him, but he still wasn't looking. But he could, you see what I mean?
Right.
But when he blocked him, it was a straight on block.
These players know the rules, and they get millions of dollars to figure out the rules.
But the point I'm trying to make is like, what is he supposed to do? Come around the other side of him where he can see him and then block him? You see what I mean?
No, not hit to the upper part of his body. They're allowed to hit. He would have been allowed to hit him in the waist. He can't hit to the upper part of his body. He hit him in the shoulder.
I guess I can see that too.
He would have been allowed to have blocked him from the waist down.
So if he would have just kind of thrown himself down to block or whatever.
Yeah, if he would have thrown himself into his stomach, into his legs, or anything, it would have been a fine block.
Well,
but he hit him high.
It's still I don't know.
But yeah, the announcers were like, what do you got to do to get kicked out of the game? Because the guy couldn't move. He's on the ground pretty much his wits are knocked out of him. And the guy's just taunting over the top of him.
What about Gronk's late hit?
Yeah. Nobody talks about Gronkowski, though.
Yeah.
Because he's a Patriot.
Man, the guy was laying on the ground and Gronk come running up and threw an elbow into his head while he was on the ground.
It was a people's elbow.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, anyway, let's get off the sports subject. We're
in the debating mood, so I want to reiterate this. This is my sole exclusion for talking politics. This will be the only reason I talk any form of politics on this show is if somebody tries to interfere with what we do for a pastime, and even the show, interfere with the show.
Yeah, this could interfere with everything.
Yeah, the net neutrality that's being on there, and I guess the best way to summarize net neutrality is, let's say, is to break it down. I don't know if you saw this meme, but you break it down. You pay $1.99 a month for email, and you can only access your email with the internet for $1.99 a month. You want Netflix? That's an extra $15 a month. You want Netflix 4K? That's an extra $20 a month, and they can just keep piling and piling charges on top of your internet price.
It's essentially what it is the internet companies are charging you to use the paid services that you already have.
Yes.
So even though you pay for internet, but now you're going to pay for each individual service that you pay for to be able to use their internet that you pay for already.
Yes, they could do this. And the best example, I guess, is kind of like how they throttle the phone's internet speeds.
Yes,
there's gonna be more throttling involved.
Which some companies, I think Cox was doing that already.
Yeah.
If you've downloaded X amount, whatever, over the month, they'll drop your speed down or they'll cut you back or whatever. And then even the phones, it's like if you have, say, like I know a lot of places are just unlimited 4G network, whatever now, this, that. But even like a lot of the prepaid phones and stuff that you have, the Netflix, Net 10, whatever, or not Netflix, I'm sorry, Straight Talk, Net 10, that, they'll give you like the first 5Gs or 10Gs at 4K. But if you go over that on your
you're
access,
get dial-up
it drops down to like 2G network, so which 10 Gs a month is a lot, and if you're in a Wi-Fi area, then it's fine. But however, now with the net neutrality thing, if you're in a Wi-Fi area, guess what? You're going to be charged using the Wi-Fi. So it's just basically
terrible.
Yeah, it's basically a way for the rich to get richer off of things that we enjoy because they see the multi-billion-dollar industry of gaming, of streaming, of everything like that, and they're like, well, why can't we just capitalize on it and make more?
It's how can we make more money off of you?
Pretty much so.
The demand is there, or the supply is there, and the demand is there. Now they just need to give us a product, kind of thing, or lay the price down. But I suggest everybody here to write your senators and write your congressmen expressing your angst against net neutrality.
And they're voting on that pretty soon, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like next week or something, right?
And it's I guess it's funny the Republican Party is for it. I hate to.
Of course they are.
I hate to be a party. Talk about parties. The Republican Party is for it, and only a few Democrats are for it. So, if you live in a Democratic thing, just express your thing. But if you live in a Republican area, express your opinion immediately that you're against it. And the sad part is that 2/3 of the United States population is against this from happening, yet they're still voting on it without our representation. It should be a vote for us.
That's because the way they introduced this thing is they introduced it in hours of peak hours where people weren't watching TV or people weren't listening to the radio or people weren't doing this or weren't doing that. That's when they introduced this. Hey, we're gonna do this. You guys want to vote on it? Oh, sorry, never mind. So it's kind of like one of those, like they slide it under the rug, under the radar to you. It's like, hey, we told people about it. Yeah, but you told people about it at 3:00 in the morning.
Well, if we get to vote for medical marijuana, we should be able to vote. We should be able to vote for our taxation and extra prices on our internet services.
Well, I don't know about you, but half the internet services suck anyway.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they give you this offer, this big thing like, oh, you can get this package for whatever, and you get 300 gigs of speed, blah blah blah.
I get 50.
What they don't tell you is you do not get 300 gigs of speed because you get 300 gigs of shared speed with everyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
So you might get 35, 40, 50 at the most.
Yeah, I pay for the 300 and I get like 50 on everything.
Which 50 is still pretty good. It's not bad, but it's.
Isn't it not enough to watch 4K in?
I'd have to look up the specs on
I thought it
watching
was 70. They need 70 gigs to watch 4K. A stream 4K. I thought, or maybe it is 50. Maybe 50 is.
I'd have to watch it and see.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's okay. And speaking of internet, I told you this before. Verizon actually is launching their 5G wireless internet network early 2018.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Apparently, AT&T is also and T-Mobile are also in the hunt to try to do this, but they're wanting to launch theirs first to try and get on the ground floor before all the other ones.
That's going to help you out.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I mean, maybe Verizon will offer some stuff for us people, the people who are Verizon Network or whatever, that they might, say, hey, you got the phone, you want the internet too, we'll bundle it up.
They did, AT&T did that with DirecTV.
Yeah.
Offered me discounted service for 2 years, which is a contract length. Usually you sign contracts, it's only get a 1 year rate lock.
Yeah.
But you get 2 years of contract fee. When you're an AT&T customer, you got 2 year rate lock too, so you don't have to. You're not out anything.
Well, that's cool.
It's pretty awesome. But it also helps people that live out in the middle of nowhere like you do.
That's true.
So you might be able.
So I'll be honest with you, but my internet really sucks. I really miss my old internet.
I read something that that actually the majority percentage of the U.S. has got dial-up internet speed or less.
I probably do, even though it's dedicated just strictly to me. Mm-hmm. I don't have. I think I might get about 8 or 9 megs of speed. That's
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's population wise. I'm just talking about demographic wise.
Yeah.
Like out in Utah and stuff in the hills and all this stuff, that there's no viable internet speed for these people.
I mean, I'm happy I get it. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
It's just not nearly what I was used to. So.
You went from 300 to 10.
Yeah. And
if you get 10, you're lucky. But Facebook, we're on this thing, Facebook Messenger is creating an app for finally 13 and younger.
Hey, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because, Facebook, you had to be at least 13 to create a Facebook account. Some people lie.
Was it 13?
Yeah, it's 13.
Okay.
So, yeah, you get to now have a app for kids that are under the age of 13, and they get to have their own instant messenger, and it's based on a parental account.
So, I mean, but how do they monitor it, though? That's what I'm saying. If they, I mean, do the parents get to see the messages, too? Or?
Yes, the parents get to pick the people that they can message.
I'm saying, you got, say, your daughter's messaging someone or whatever through the Facebook Messenger. Do you see the messages also that she's messaging?
That I don't know. I just know that they just get to pick the person they're messaging to.
Even though you get you get to pick the person or whatever. Like, okay, I'll let your friend who so and so over here. You don't know what they're saying.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They could be cussing you out or plotting to rob a bank or murder you or
kill
whatever,
you
or plotting, worse things.
Yeah, but they could be doing that at school too.
That is true. Which, if they are, they're just doing it right there on the couch, Mike.
Yeah, at my house there.
Yeah.
Man, I've been trying to play that Madden game with your kid. By the way, every time he gets on, he says he's going to play with me. He lags out before the end of the first quarter. I've tried 3 times with him, and he's and then he'll just tell me he has bad internet and can't play.
Well, I know he was over at his friend's house the other day, and he said he didn't have no.
I was at 14-7.
He had crappy internet or something.
I was going to destroy him with nobodies and a bunch of backups. But yeah, I'm busy is because my kids are a little behind in school and the end of the semester is approaching, so it's crunch time in my house.
Hey, don't also forget, we were talking about video games. This Thursday is the Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
On Spike. So
that's pretty cool.
That'll be pretty interesting. There's I know we talked about this will be our last show, so I like to throw a couple things out there. If you got nothing to do, there's some shows maybe you might want to binge watch over the holiday season. Yeah, we talked about Stranger Things, really good one to binge watch. You can throw your Supernatural in there.
Supernatural, 13 Reasons Why.
13 Reasons Why I heard is really good. I hadn't seen that.
It's sad. I cried.
Of course, the Walking Dead series, if you haven't caught up on them, Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead. Game of Thrones, if you're not caught up on that. Preacher, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, all them.
Yeah, I've never watched Ash vs. the Evil Dead
It's
yet.
good. It's gory, but it's good. And of course, all those movies were all good.
Yeah.
There's a few other ones. I know we watched the show Glow. That was really good.
Yeah, we did a show on that.
We sure did. We talked about that show. I talked to you about that show Ozark. Excellent. Westworld. I haven't seen that yet, but everyone I've talked to said it's awesome.
I watched the first episode and I couldn't get into it, but I got to give it more of a try than one episode.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Game of Thrones. You got to get past the first 3 or 4 episodes of that in the first season before you really get into anything.
Yeah.
A couple other ones I heard I haven't watched yet. Glitch, which is kind of like a sci-fi, supernatural type.
I haven't watched it.
TV series. I guess they're in a town that's got a bunch of like supernatural entities going on. Another one, Mindhunter, I heard was actually really good. It's like kind of the birth of the serial killer. So it's got these FBI guys that go around that pretty much created not created a serial killer, but created the concept of a serial killer. And they say that this person's what's called a serial killer. Like, they created, that's how they
coined the phrase.
They coined the phrase. And then another show that I just watched, which is just a limited series, it's actually a Netflix original. It's called Godless.
I haven't watched it, but I'm going to be watching it.
It is fantastic.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it graphic?
It is extremely graphic. There's just a tiny bit of nudity in it. It shows like a guy's butt, and it shows like I think there's one scene that's got a full frontal on a woman, but a couple of boobs here and there. But as far as the violence goes, I mean, extremely violent, and it's very, very like disturbingly violent. So
Wow.
If you've got like kids or stuff like
Which
that,
I do.
I don't know if I'd let them watch. I'm talking.
No.
I'll give you an example. One quick example. There was a scene where Marshall had come up on a bunch of dead bodies and people were hanged, and he actually fell down and started crying because the camera panned out, it showed like a little boy being hung, like maybe 5-6-year-old little boy.
Oh Lord!
So that's why I say it's graphic.
They're 5-6-year-old. They're killing kids. Yeah, that's graphic.
Yeah, it's graphic. So just be warned.
So we're at 32-minute mark, and I think that we should wrap it up here because after this you'll get tired of listening to me and Chris talk. But what are we going to do next? We're going to come back with something to do with the New Year's. We're not going to do a news story. We're going to figure like a recap, maybe a recap of the year or something.
We could do that.
A recap show or something like that.
Yeah, we'll do a recap show at the beginning, and then we'll get into some other stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to our top. I know we haven't done a top 5 in a while, so we'll get back to doing that. We'll get back to talk about some other subjects that we haven't talked about in a while, and maybe do throw a news show every now and again in there.
And if you don't follow us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. We do live videos about once a week usually, or at least once every other week. So
yeah, if you like us on Facebook and follow us, it'll actually alert you when we get on there. So just do that. And check out our all our other social media. We got Instagram,
and
Twitter.
Tonight we're going to be on Spotify.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Moving on up the chain.
Tonight I'm getting approved for Spotify.
Nice.
So we'll be on Spotify after probably 48 hours.
Oh, that's good. Well, we got Spotify is like the Microsoft version of iTunes, I think.
Yep.
So that's awesome. So yeah, we're moving on up the chain, and don't forget to check out our website, mikeykershulita.libsyn.com. Mm-hmm. And to all of you, have a very, very Merry Christmas, safe holidays, and enjoy your family, your friends, your loved ones like there's no tomorrow.
Later.
Bye.